Football is supposed to be super cis and super rough and tumble. And this is the way that many of us in the United States, we begin to, show our bona fides to the women in our lives through football, through our watching of the football, through our cheering on of our football teams. It's a way that we show our virility to the sex that came from our rib. And here is Ben Shapiro, pretty upset about what's going on with the NFL.
And it does come down to things like what you see in your daily life pissing you off. Right? It does come down to things like the NFL, for example, putting out full-scale commercials saying football is gay. Okay, now let's be real about this. Football is football. It's not gay. It's not straight. Football is just football. The hell does the NFL have to say about sexual politics? When you turn on a game, typically it's because you wish to watch people play football, not because you wish to watch the NFL socially message about any particular social issue. Whether you're talking about hands up, don't shoot, which was a lie, or whether you're talking about homosexuality in politics.
What about patriotism?
And yet this is what the NFL is pushing because they feel the cultural momentum from the left. What they don't understand is sooner or later there's going to be a backlash, and it's going to be quite ugly against a lot of the same institutions that have been re-normalized on behalf of radicals. Most Americans have been apathetic about these sorts of issues. The harder the left pushes, the more the backlash is going to be. The greater the backlash is, the more polarized the country becomes. There is no apathetic middle anymore. You will not be allowed to be apathetic. You will not be allowed to say things like, I don't care what the NFL sexual politics is, I just want to watch football. That in and of itself will be evidence of your discriminatory nature. Here's the NFL ad.
I'll pause it for one second. I want to stop right here for a second because there's a lot that he likes to talk very quickly. The idea that most people have been apathetic about gay people in this country, it may be true in the past 2 years or 16 minutes or whatever it is, but it was 15 years ago where the Republican president got on national television and talked about passing an amendment to the Constitution to prevent gay people from marrying. Maybe Ben Shapiro has not been aware of the culture surrounding football for at least his lifetime and certainly mine. And as far as I know, when you watch the football game, when you actually watch the game, you don't have to make a statement as to your sexual politics or whatever he called it. The fact that the NFL...
There's some compulsory end zone dances, Sam, that are going to be very unpleasant for some of the straight players.
Exactly. When the lawsuit is brought and you need to have more gay sex football end zone dances, then that's when the backlash is going to be coming. Listen, if you backlash against and what was it just came out in terms of the NFL was that they were arguing that there was I can't remember the name of it now, but that black people's IQs were lower. Therefore that was evidence that black players had not suffered brain damage from football. That was just coming out. Now I'm sure race norming. I'm sure Shapiro did a long-winded diatribe against that NFL practice because that's actual, white supremacy politics that has had a material impact on black people who've played football. But the level of material impact on Americans or any folks of any nationality who want to watch football, and they're advertising and attempting to normalize the idea that football players can be gay, because this is a newsflash. This is literally the first NFL player that we publicly acknowledge is playing and is gay.
It took this long.
It took this long. So maybe it hasn't been as apathetic as people say it is. And I would imagine 10 years into the future, if they're still allowing football because it's sort of a brutal sport and really does damage to people, that the idea of there being gay people in football will be far less heralded because it will be taken as a norm. But go ahead, Matt.
I was just gonna say, Ben is stoking backlash here. He wants this backlash to happen.
Of course.
And the thing is like, so Ben has already been cited by at least one terrorist killer as like, I watch this guy's stuff all the time and decided to take violent action against Muslims. Like the idea that you can just so cavalierly say backlash is going to come as you're stoking that backlash in a country that has had violence against gay people, like within living memory of people. Like,
oh, I mean, ongoing
of smaller, like people like me, is, I think, really despicable. But anyway, we can play the commercial now.
Yeah, let's play the commercial. That is so offensive and going to really harm those apathetic people. Incidentally, this is the first time I'm seeing that commercial. Young people don't even watch commercials anymore. But go ahead.
It says football is gay. Interesting. Football is lesbian. Football is beautiful. Football is queer. It's life's exciting. It's transgender. It's bisexual.
Power.
Football is freedom. Football is American. Football is accepting. Football is everything. Well, it isn't. Football is everything for everyone, except if you happen not to believe in the morality of particular sexual behavior. If you believe in traditional natural law morality with regard to sex, football is apparently not for you. If you believe in going to church and you actually read the Bible, apparently football is not for you. When they say football is for everyone, they mean...
There it is. So the apathetic people now have a problem with being aware that football has gay people playing it. That seems like an odd way to express your apathy.
Yeah, my family went to church every Sunday, read the Bible, and also if they were think about football at all during that, it's so they can get home early enough to see kickoff. Not that gay people are going to be accepted by this league.
But you see how he's shifted the goalposts here. It's not that, football is freedom. But what about people who don't want freedom? Football, no, I can't watch football. Like, you know what? It's a corporate campaign. It's a corporate campaign.
He's saying it over stats about suicide rates.
He is upset. Not that football has gay. He is upset that his fundamentalist religious vision is not imposed everywhere else in society. If you want to live a sheltered life that protects your fundamentalist vision, religious vision, go do so. Turn off your TV so you don't get the profane stuff. Go live in a community where you're not exposed to what is existing outside in the secular world. And how do I know it's secular? Because look, it's secular. All the problems you have with it is indicative of it. That it is your problem. And the number of fundamentalists who may stop watching football, I think, is probably, this corporation probably is pretty clear on what those numbers are going to be, and they're not too concerned about it. So, sadly, you lose. But frankly, I'm disgusted that you're even watching TV. Are you aware what's on there? This is like that Catholic fundamentalist we had on the show. I don't know if you were around at the time, years ago, who was mad because they were featuring lesbians who were married on Chopped. Sorry, dude. Just, you're going to have to ask the church. Certainly has enough money to produce the show.
I just can't watch Chopped?
Yeah, you're just going to have to watch Chopped. Catechism Chopped. Let's see. Is there any more to this diatribe that he doesn't appreciate the secular world?
The thing he said at the beginning was very interesting about, this is all what it's about. The things that make you upset that you see across your TV screen. It's like, that's what it, I'm curious to go back what he said before that. Cause it's like, that's all your content is, dude. Like Dr. Seuss and like the NFL's commercials. It's literally just stuff that has passed people by that you might be able to get them to take issue with.
Yes, exactly. I am a religious fundamentalist and my audience is extremely old. And even if they're not religious fundamentalists, they still have an icky feeling about gay people. I'm going to exploit that. That's what that is. Now, I don't have the data to support that.
Yeah, Sam, do you have any evidence that the NFL has any problem with accepting gay people?
There you go.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I was just finishing my lunch. I ordered the Crowder.
It was really good. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and to hit the like button. Thank you. Can't do it without you.